Alright, so I really messed up and did a bunch of stuff without recording. Like, I think right after the last video I recorded, I did just like a couple things. And I was like, no, not a big deal. Like very small things. And then I got on one night and I wanted to play and I just like really didn't feel like talking or recording. And I ended up playing for like 2 or 3 hours and getting a lot done. So this whole video, I'm just going to go over everything I added. I really didn't realize how much it was until I got on and watched that last video I recorded. And I was like, oh, okay. Um, so first off, like right at the end of the last video, I was putting some defenses like right there uh, because we got attacked by just a few biters and they just destroyed like that copper production up there that I don't even use. So I set those up and then I was over here looking around and I was like, well, we're going to need oil eventually. So I went ahead and set that up and ran power over. So I got the oil set up right here and then put up a couple defenses because at that time there was a nest not far away. And so I ran the oil over. I set up a couple of like steel productions. I had that one steel going, but it wasn't keeping up, so I set up like a little bit more here, and then we have the electric furnaces now, so I set one up. Let's see, okay, right up here. You can see where it's feeding in, and that one is doing good. It's keeping up with everything. Uh, so decent size steel production up there, and then I think, yeah, I have another one feeding down up here. And during all of this, there were a couple of nests around that I had to go kill. I don't think I ever went on like a big adventure to just wipe out as many as I could again. But see, the smog is spreading, and the nests that are out there are getting bigger and bigger because it's time related. So like as time goes on, they uh, evolve and get bigger and harder to kill. Um, which I've had a few weapon upgrades. Oh yeah, I did get the rocket launchers and I got the tank. So that helped a little bit. I really don't like the tank. Like it's good for transportation. Like I'd rather drive around in that instead of the car. But I don't like fighting in it. I like doing the gun turrets and then uh, just like leapfrogging those in to get close enough. And then the rocket actually has like really good distance, so that's really good for the biters. It's hard to keep enough ammunition for that in. So fed the oil down here, and I decided to just do like my oil processing here and leaving it raw coming into the base, so that like if I need the other kinds of oil production, I could do it somewhere else. And so the oil, and then I've got plastic and was it sulfuric acid? Sulfuric acid, I think. Oh no, it's just sulfur. But the sulfur feeds into sulfuric acid somewhere down there. We got the explosives coming from that, which is sulfur and water and coal. Um, I had to set up some red or more red. I think I had some red over there, but I had to set up more. Um, No, never mind. I just expanded right here. Just a lot of red production because it starts to take up a lot. And the red production takes up a lot of green, so I really need to expand that a little bit more. Um, it looks like it's kind of keeping up. Maybe not right here. Yeah, that used to have, um, that had like a little bit of extra in there that was feeding in, but I'm getting backed up or falling behind on that. So we need to get green production up so that uh, We get some more done here. Let's see. Looks like nothing is falling behind. I think I'm like right on the right amount of red going into all of this. And that's really only because I'm backed up on all of these. Like the purple production has stopped. And so that's what's keeping it all. Um, oh yeah, I think at the end of the video before last, I had just finished. Gosh, this is what I'm saying. I did so much. So I had just finished the black science production. And so I guess I'll just work from left to right. Oil, the plastics, explosives, red processors, that's what they're called. And then we've got, uh, it's really, this is all just going into engines because it is pipes and gears, and then we feed that with steel, and those three make the engines, and the engines go into the uh, blue science. And blue science is really where I'm getting held up because like I have enough resources going into it, so that's not the problem. But I guess these are just really slow, and it requires a lot. And so for some reason that's slower than everything else. Purple is only backed up because I haven't started using that yet. Uh, yeah, I'm like 2 away from the first one that actually uses purple. But white has everything, or not white, but blue science has everything backed up. I got some like speed modules, and right now I'm just holding them. I had to start throwing those into like everything to keep up. It looks like my red's keeping up now. Um, anyways, I had to start throwing those into everything. And then the red, what is that, productivity? Yeah, productivity modules. I usually don't use those. I think it just like what it does is every so often it'll produce an extra one. You can see I have those in a couple blues because I thought that might help more than just speed. Um, but yeah, so then like I said, I have sulfur feeding down here, sulfur, iron, and water to make sulfuric acid. And I'll explain where that goes in a minute. And then for the purple science, it is rails, productivity modules, and electric furnaces. So let's see. I had to set up a steel. I was like, the steel was falling behind a lot for a little bit, and so I was backed up there. So I like added this one little steel spot right there, um, to see if that would help. Uh, Actually, I lied. So this is the only steel running into. No, I lied again. Okay, so like, uh, all of the steel is getting taken by the rail assemblers, and so nothing was making it around to the furnaces. And so I added this one direct line that goes directly to the furnaces to help out a little bit. So at least it was getting some occasionally, but now that's backed up, everything's flowing right. I think as soon as these purples start getting used, I don't know if it'll get backed up since we have so much extra right here. But yeah, so we got rails and then these electric furnaces make bricks, and the bricks, steel and red. What are these even called? Red circuits feed into assemblers that make electric furnaces, and then those feed into the purple. And that's basically it for like how much I've expanded here. I filled in this whole lake that was right here. And then there were some cliffs here. I was able to get some cliff explosives. I don't think I have any more, but the cliff explosives are just the explosives, empty barrel, and grenades. So I had, after I got explosives, I had all of that, and so it was really helpful. There's like cliffs running all of this. I thought we were going to get held up by that. But now it looks like we can just expand pretty far this way. I don't think I would, it looks like there'll probably be like another lake right here. Uh, but I don't think I will need to go that far. Let's see, I left some water here for like my energy production. So the sulfuric acid, ignore this right now. The sulfuric acid runs all the way up here because you have to have that going into your electric drills to mine uranium. And I had to zigzag through all these trees. I could have cleaned that up a little bit better, but I was like, let's just get it down there. Anyways, electric furnaces. Not electric furnaces. Electric drills need the sulfuric acid, or they won't mine the uranium. And so we run the uranium. I wanted it closer to the base. Like, I know I have a couple of turrets up there, but like when they, if the biters get to the reactor, I think it like explodes, and then you have to completely, like, I guess you have to completely rebuild everything, but it like destroys everything around it. Um, but the uranium ore feeds into the centrifuge, and then that breaks it down into two different kinds of uranium. It's like this dark green uranium. It produces a lot of that, and then like very rarely, that's why like I don't remember what the ratio is, but it's like you'll get like 100 of these uranium 238, and then randomly you'll get one of the other kind of uranium 235. And so that's why I have like these big boxes because it'll add up eventually. Um, and then we need to feed those. I'm not too worried about it right now because it's so slow making these because you just need one of them. But and those make power for like a while. We got 3 in there. Looks like we've burned through 15 already. And then later on, there's like some kind of processing where it takes like a crap ton of the 238 and you add in like a handful of the lighter colored one, and then it produces like one extra of the lighter colored one. But you can loop that around and eventually like you produce a lot more. So I actually think we're like pretty close. We might already have that, honestly. Guess maybe that's what I was looking at here. Uranium processing. No, that takes the ore. Let's look right here. I know it's done in the centrifuge. No, we don't have it yet. Okay. So when we get that, like I said, it'll take like a bunch of the dark green and a handful of the light green, and then it'll produce like one extra light green. But as far as power goes, like I think there was like once that I fell behind on power, so I made a bunch of the like regular coal-powered power. And then I was like, I should just get this together pretty quick. But now we have this. We're doing pretty good on power. We should be good for a while. I think this can feed off into, I think this is enough that I could just do like 2 or 3 more of those and it would still run. So I wouldn't have to, yeah, I wouldn't have to like add any more reactors, I don't think, for a long time. I do think I'm gonna put like some there already is some there. I'm gonna go on the other side. I just really worry about the reactor getting messed up. Okay, let's think. I cleared out a handful of nests. Just like as I was expanding, they were kind of in the way. I set up like a radar too because I wanted to, I don't know. I think like there was a handful of times where I was like out exploring it and it didn't show the map, the nest, and there was like a little one up there. For some reason, it wasn't showing up on the map. Um, the next video, uh, since like I have a good amount of research I can do right now before I need this, I'll go ahead and queue that up. But I have like a good amount of research to do before I get to yellow, and that'll take a lot of work. So I think on the next video, what I'm going to do is go knock out some of these big nests. Yeah, big nest and set of defenses because those things are getting huge. I kind of want to go look at it. I'm just going to go take a glance and see how big these things are getting. Also, I don't know where I parked my tank. I feel like maybe it's down here somewhere. But yeah, okay, so I'm just gonna go look at that and then I'm gonna end this video and I'll post this one like closer to the next one I have scheduled. And then I think I'm gonna try to start posting on like 3 a week. I'm posting them like 4 weeks out right now because I was just posting 2, and so it's like anytime I get a chance to play for an hour or 2, I can make like 2 or 3 videos out of that and then post them ahead. But I think my plan is to post enough of them. I would like to get to the rockets before then. I guess if I get there, yeah, that's a pretty big nest. 1, 2, oh, it keeps going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 of the nests, and who knows how many worms. So I don't know. I'm not sure what the plan is for that. Like, I don't know how to go about doing one that big. I mean, usually I just park my tank like fairly close and I do the turrets and use the rocket launcher from a good distance, and that has worked out decently. The rockets don't do area damage as much as the grenades, and the grenades, like, I've had a couple of researches that like improve explosive damage. But I don't know. Maybe I just need to make a crap ton of rockets. What are those? This one. Oh, we have explosive rockets too. It's just the rocket with the dynamite looking stuff. I don't know if I want to. Oh, you just add like an extra dynamite to that. That's weird. Okay, anyways, I don't know if I want to like automate that so I have enough of them or not, because it does take a while to make. But I don't know. Maybe I'll just like get a bunch of rockets real quick and then I'll make them off camera. But like I said, I just got on here and I wanted to play, but I didn't want to record. How many of these can we make? I also don't know what the make all button. I guess we don't need to do that. Anyways, I didn't want to record. And so I like played, but then I got way ahead of myself and played too long. But I started a separate world where I'm going to Just like try to go through it and then clip it together at like 4 times speed and try to have just one long video of like everything I make. Um, and I'm not going to do any voice on that. So on the days that I don't want to talk, then I'll just play on that map. And so I can save this one for when I'm doing this. All right, so let's look. Next video, I think we're gonna have to like start doing some stuff with the oil processing and getting that together, like the different things that oil can make. Because we need lubricant that will have to go into the like blue logistics things, the belts and dividers and underground belts. I also don't know if I have enough room down there where those are to like expand. Maybe I could go below down here. Oh, they're down here. Okay, so yeah, what I might have to do is like, because I think it takes those and then you add lubricant or something. Let's look at it. I think it'll be the recipe's on there. Lubricant and gears, lubricant and gears, lubricant gears, advanced circuits. Um, yeah, so I'll probably run like a iron line down and put these on a belt or belts and run them down here and set up that down here out of the way. I expanded my labs because like everything was getting backed up, and so like the only problem was that I didn't have enough labs to do the research. But now, like when we got to the blue, it slowed it all down. So now like most of these aren't being used, but I guess if we get to a point where we're caught back up again, then it's better to have these there, not, ready for that. All right, so I think that's about it. Like I said, I didn't want to build anything because I'd done so much off camera. I just wanted to explain all of that. I think that's about it. See y'all next time.